Hey YouTube, just wanted to show off some of my junk sabers. As the name implies, these are lightsaber hilts I've made using junk I found around my house. First one I'm going to show off, oddly enough, is not seen here. It's this. This is my take on Rey's lightsaber from the end of Rise of Skywalker. It was made out of various bottle caps. We got two mouthwash caps right there, another mouthwash cap right there, bottle cap at the bottom, some cap to some random thing over here. This is a tea light from the dollar store. Pretty sure there's another mouthwash cap under all this fabric. Another water bottle cap right here, a Gatorade cap here, and then some scrap styrene plastic I had laying around up here. That just cut into the octagonal shape. Now, we move on to these guys. And I guess I'll just go from when I built them. So, built this one first. This one is by far my favorite. Based on a Graflex design, as you can see, with the top there. We've got my approximation of rabbit ears on a Graflex. I believe this was some kind of drawer slider from some cheap furniture. And these two pieces here, I have no idea what they were. I just found them in my junk bin. I happen to have a surplus of little toggle switches here. I needed them for a project a while back, and I have a whole bunch of them, so I thought I can use them for my sabers. So there's two here. One on the handle, and then one to simulate the little lens thing, or light thing on the Graflex. The head, or the top part here, is just scrap PVC I cut down. On the inside, the emitter there is a tea light, again from the dollar store. As you can see, I gave it a nice hot metal look. And of course, I dirtied the whole thing. I didn't want any of these to look too clean. The little bell section here is a dead LED bulb. The handle is more PVC. And the grips here are scrap styrene plastic. And again, toggle button. And this is just a long strip of styrene plastic leading to the back here. This back section here with the pommel, this is from a broken vacuum cleaner. Random hex screw, random piece from a action figure. These owl eye things were already attached to this piece. And this end piece here is just some kind of metal disc I found in my parts bin. Yeah. Really like this one, really like the size. So that's this one. The next one I made was this little guy here. As you can see, Knuckle Guard. Again, based on a Graflex with the head there. And you got the emitter sticking out and then more hot metal look. The head is just more scrap PVC. And this whole section up top here is an old nose hair trimmer that was never used, thankfully. Hence why the emitter looks like that. You can still see the switch from the nose hair trimmer. And then I added zip ties just to Make it look a little bit more lively and not just smooth plastic, and also to make it look less phallic. Activation button. Faux leather grip, as you can tell because it's shiny. Should be matte really. Knuckle Guard is the handle to a sliding door. And it just barely fits my hand. And the handle itself is just more scrap PVC, and the pommel came from the nose hair trimmer. Kind of styled this after a pirate's cutlass, from the leather grip to the Knuckle Guard. But yeah. No. Oh man. That's gonna mess up the continuity. Next up was this one. This one was low-key based on Luke's saber from Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Kind of just looks like an over-glorified flashlight with how big the emitter is. The headpiece here was from an old container, fairly thin plastic as you can see. And then the emitter is a piece from a flashlight, and so is the concave piece in there. The part connecting the emitter to the handle is a piece of scrap PVC and a spool of thread. Now the rib pattern on here is not thread, it's wire. So yeah. The handle is the most interesting piece. It looks really cool. It is from an old multi-screwdriver set. In each of these little divots here, there would be a different screwdriver of a different size. And then you just flip them up. But when I found this in my junk bin, all the screwdriver parts were gone. What's nice about this is that it doubled as a flashlight, and I added a washer onto the original button, so it has an activation button. I didn't have to add in one of those. They've got two more of those drawer slides that I used on the first saber to make the box seen on Luke's saber. In the back, this is a piece from a shower head with a washer and a screw added to work as a belt clip. And this is the only lightsaber I have that could possibly accommodate a kyber crystal, but I don't have one in there. So yeah, this is the over-glorified flashlight. And second to last is this. This absolute mess of a thing. This is, in my opinion, a true junk saber because of how abstract it looks. The handle is the most interesting piece. It's from an old bottle of shoe polish. And then I've added some grips here. This came from some packaging, this black piece, and then these two metal pieces here were from a cabinet. Like a magnet would latch onto that and keep it closed. Pommel is from the same shower head that I used on that. And then another drawer slide just to make the pommel look a little bit more interesting. Activation button. This little shield piece here came from a broken drill. And then we got another tea light here. Another water bottle cap. Another part from a broken drill. that I did with the nice hot metal look. And then up here, the emitter. Obviously the three-hole thing there is from a flashlight. The head is another piece from the broken vacuum cleaner that I used on that guy. This really is a junk saber, in my opinion, because it looks like it was just thrown together. And I said second to last because I have one more to show. Then there's this. This was made out of a scrap wooden dowel I had lying around, and a toy ray staff that came with the Blade Builder's gimmick, and then a piece of scrap PVC. I don't know what it is about this, but I really like this. Very minimal, or minimalist. And what's cool about this is that I made an identical one. What the crap? Something fell behind my backdrop. But yeah, I made an identical one. Meaning, these lock together. And now I can barely fit it in shot, but now it's a double-bladed lightsaber. So yeah, there are all of my junk sabers.